Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Surviving to Thriving, where we are now in our thriving era, believe it or not, because we're free. Being free feels great. All right, so for Spiritual Sunday today, I just want to speak to you real quick about who your neighbor is. I want to kind of clarify that. So, Yeshua said, love your neighbor as yourself, right? And he was speaking to someone, and someone said back to him, well, who is my neighbor? It's a great question, right? Well, what happens is he goes into a parable about a Jew that got beat up, robbed, stolen from, taken just for a ride, right? Okay, so he was tricked and everything was just taken. He was a bunch of robbers on his path, just ambushed him. Okay, a Jew. Jews are considered by most, especially back in the day, they are more sacred, right? They're more what's the word I'm looking for? More loved, I guess. They were considered the children of Jehovah, so they were highly seen. Well, the Jews, because of this, they thought they were better than the Samaritans. They hated the Samaritans. They just looked down upon the Samaritans, okay? So people that they thought they were better than, they stayed away from, right? We tend to do that. Okay, well, in this instance, the Jew was beaten, broken, da 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 da. He's a Jew. So you would think like rabbis would help him, or important people in the religious sect would help him. But instead, in the story, they passed on by him like he was nothing. Like it's just too much to help this guy. But do you know who helped him? The one he looked down upon. The Samaritan. It's called the Good Samaritan. It's the parable of the Good Samaritan. So he was helped by somebody that he hated. Well, I wanted to kind of turn this around a little bit and look at it from a different standpoint of being willing to help people that you look down on instead of letting them, help you, which is also good. It's good to allow them to help you and to receive help wherever it's given. But look at it, I want to kind of twist it a little and look at it from the standpoint of your neighbor is anyone you might hate. Anyone you might think is beneath you, below you. Okay? Because I think we have a tendency to look at people and look at them as unredeemable. And that's not what Yeshua does, Jesus. He looks at us as redeemable no matter how far gone we are. Now, I will say from personal experience, there are some that are too far gone, that have sold their soul and you want to kind of stay away from. But that's not for us to judge. It is to discern, but it's not for us to judge, and definitely not for us to like broadcast everywhere. It's just sometimes for wisdom, so you can know like who and what. But even if you think, but you're not sure, you're still to treat them as if they're not. You're supposed to love, which is hard to do. I understand, especially if we've been through a lot of traumatic situations, circumstances, etc. People have let us down. I get it. I understand. But what we're supposed to do, and what this Good Samaritan does is this, as an example, is he takes this Jew and he puts him on a donkey, he puts him over into an inn, he pays for him to stay there and to get healed and get better. He has to continue on his journey. He's not able to like help and help him completely. What he says to the innkeeper is he says, I'll pay his debt. When I come back through, I'll pay his debt. Just make sure he's well. They're supposed to hate each other. It's like the Bloods and the Crips. But instead, he sees a man in need and his heart goes out to him. This guy's almost left for dead. That's how we are supposed to be with people around us. We're supposed to be willing to stop and help where we see it. Now, be careful not to get tricked into distractions, because we still have to live life. But you'll know when the Holy Spirit's tugging on your heart and when, distractions are sent your way. So use wisdom, of course, but a lot of us, we do not reach out and help people as we should. It's just a fact. A lot of us are very selfish, myself included. And so we need to get back to the basics, which is loving our neighbor. And that could be anybody that we see as irredeemable, but Yeshua sees us redeemable. Hard pill to swallow, I understand, especially when we don't know how to loose it from our soul or bind it to our soul, the good things. But that's where it starts, like pushing away the offense, pushing away the grudges, not letting it breed into hate, actually loving. It's really what it is, being a true believer. It's what it is. It's what I'm being taught and experiences. So my homework for you, think of someone who is irredeemable in your eyes and do at least one thing to be loving to them, genuinely, to meet their need, even if they don't thank you for it. Okay? All right, keep moving forward. Love you and see you soon.